Okay, guys, welcome. Our Zoom issues are hopefully resolved. I'm really excited. Thank y'all for hopping on today and then re-hopping on for those of you that hopped on after technical difficulties. But I'm excited for this call. John and I have been trying to set this up for a while, but with the holidays and out of town and all over the place, we just haven't been able to get it. But I'm so excited for this. This is a recording that you're going to want to save over and over again. Hold on, let me mute everyone. This is a recording that you're going to want to save and watch and rewatch and rewatch and rewatch, because it's one of those where he's going to show us how to use the Engage app. It's an amazing tool. I'm not even going to try and explain it because honestly, I need help, and that's why we're doing this. So John's going to show us how to utilize this for our business, how to optimize what the app can do. I know a lot of people that are brand new that are using the app are having lots of success with it. So I finally got over myself and decided, I'm like, okay, just freaking learn the app. It's not that big of a deal. So John's here to teach us that. So he's going to actually be screen sharing, giving us all the ins and outs, showing us how to utilize this to help our new people, get them started, and all be good. So if you don't know John Perini, he is mine and Jill's business coach. We have had him now for like, what, 4 years, I feel like?
Yeah, pretty much done high school with each other.
Yeah, exactly. We like know each other's life now. So we absolutely have loved him and enjoyed him. He's hilarious. They've shifted around coaches a few times, and every time I'm like, John, please say you're still our coach. Like, even if you're not, you're still my coach. So he's helped us so much, and a lot of things that we help y'all with as far as reports. And when I say I'm going to talk to corporate, like, we're talking to John. So this is the guy we're talking to. He knows all the things. So I'm going to mute myself until he needs me, and he is going to take it away. Get a notepad, get a paper. I would get your phone out, because if you don't have the app loaded, which hopefully y'all did after I posted that, go ahead and get it loaded, because he's going to walk us through it, and we learn by doing. So I have my phone here to do the same. All right, John, now let me make you the host again.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. And yeah, kind of a fun fact, how she was saying that we've been trying to schedule this for a while. Last night, I was literally up. I haven't been feeling the best these last few days. And I woke up from 1, and I was up from 1 to 5 in the morning. So I'm literally running on like 2 hours of sleep, but I was like, I'm not missing this call. Like, we have to make this happen. So just wanted to share that. Of course. No, but I'm John Perini. I've been with Plexus for about 4.5 years now. I completely love the company. I started off in customer service and have been able to work my way up to the sales team. I think getting the app down right now is hands down one of the best things we can do. It's such a useful tool, especially with a lot of our newbies coming in. There are so many people who have been able to go fast start silver just by sending some of those samples out. And 2021 is going to come with new health, new finances, all those goals that everyone has around New Year's. So taking these last few weeks of this year to really get the app down, I think it's the best way to help set us up for a real strong 2021 January. All right, real quick, can I see a show of hands? Has anyone on here sent samples out or gotten an enrollment from it, or how's everyone doing with it? All right, we got a few who have used it, a few, 2 not sure. Awesome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And then if you have the app, feel free to follow along with me. If not, we're going to have this recording, so just feel free to check it out afterwards. One of my best recommendations to get confident with using the app is to grab a sideline and just practice with each other over Zoom. When I first started doing trainings, I would fumble all over the place. I kind of had it down maybe 70%, so I had hiccups every once in a while, but I grabbed some team members of mine. We just practiced on Zoom, sent messages back and forth so we could see both ends of it, and that helped us get a little bit confident with it. So I would just recommend grab a sideline sister, grab one of the friends on the team, practice with each other over Zoom a few times. You'll get it down. So we're always adding new things to the app, but there's always 3 core kind of steps that we want to go through when sending a sample with someone. The first thing we want to do is pique someone's interest. After we pique someone's interest, we send them a sample. And then after sending them the sample, we follow up. So one more time, that's pique their interest, send a sample, follow up. So we're going to start off by going to the share menu right here. That's the box with the arrow coming out of it. Now, the very first option that's up top is the share menu. Share menu is up top because this is where we spend the majority of the time in the app. So we want to scroll down a little bit to the pique interest section. Now, I love this because we have a few different options. If we're talking to someone about the products, we have a few different videos we can send them. If they have kiddos, we have a video focused on the kids lines that we can send them as well. Also, if we're talking to someone who's a little bit more business minded, or we want to jump in on that business approach, we have business opportunity videos as well. I would say 9 times out of 10, we'll probably be starting off with this brain video. I think that's my favorite. 31 seconds, just enough time to kind of pique someone's interest, and not enough time to where they see it and it's like, 5-minute video, I'll watch this later today. 30 seconds, everyone's got 30 seconds. So we're gonna click on share. And right here, this isn't where you wanna edit your message. This is kind of just showing a preview. If you text it out, this is what it will look like. If we email it, this is what it will look like. So I'm gonna click next. And let's see, Rachel, do you want to be our prospect for today? All right, so
Sure.
I'm going to put Rachel's information right here.
I'm already learning. You could do that.
And if we have their phone number or email address, this is where we would put it in, but we don't have them right now, so we're just going to click next.
Do you want my number or no?
No, not right now. And then now we're going to click next one more time. And right here, this is asking us what platform we want to send it out on. If I try to text, don't have her phone number, so we're automatically getting this message that it's not going to go through. I love that we get that prompt sometimes before the software hasn't caught those things, so I love that aspect that it kind of gives us that warning. Now we're going to click next, and it's asking us when we want to follow up. I think 3 days is perfect. 24 hours is probably a little bit too quick. This person hasn't got their product in the mail. They've said yes to trying it, but there hasn't really been any new development since then. So that might be a little bit too quick. 7 days, I would say that's probably a little bit too long. A good part of joining network marketing is having that vision for that next level life, whether it's for finances, time freedom, better health, whatever it may be. And you really want to run with that momentum, that vision of a better life, essentially. And I think 3 days is the perfect time. They should be getting their product right around then, can roll with that momentum, maybe get them hyped to try it out. So we're going to click send. Last little warning before we send it, just letting us know we're doing it through Facebook Messenger. Now I'm going to hit start. So now we're going to come in here and, sorry, fun conversation right here, but you're going to click in that chat box, hit paste. Now, this is where you want to edit your message. I don't want it to sound like it's coming from corporate. So I'm going to put, "What's up, Rachel?" Now it sounds like it's in my voice. I'm going to send that over to her. Rachel, will you do a favor for us and click to view that video so we can see what happens in the ad when you start watching it?
So do you want questions for the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
There will actually be some downtime, like while you're clicking on this to view it. Does anyone have any questions on anything we've gone over?
So it automatically copies to your clipboard, so then you just paste. So you actually have to go to the Facebook and paste it?
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't like automatically send?
Right. Yeah. So it's copied. So you have to find that person in Messenger, find their name, tap paste.
That makes sense. You want me just like, oh, okay. So this is what mine looks like.
All right.
Just so you know. It doesn't come with the brain. It just says Plexus. You want me to click it?
Yeah.
Okay. So sup, Rachel. It explains why microbiome is so important to feeling your best every day. Click. Okay. It's like that.
Awesome.
I don't know how to screen share like you do.
Oh, no, you're good. Don't, that will get too crazy. Awesome. So she's watching that, and we just got this live pop-up notification that she's watching the video. I didn't have to click on anything. I mean, we'll get that notification down in that little bell in the bottom right, but if we're in the app, we're going to get that live pop-up. Totally love it. So let's click on view. View prospect details. Now, I love this because we can actually see how much of the video that Rachel viewed. Awesome. Viewed 72%. So didn't watch the whole thing.
I did.
All right. Well, this one's a little outdated. So she watched 100%. Such a win. Love it. Since she watched that full video, we can change what type of prospect she is just so we know ourselves that she was a little bit more engaged. So we're going to click on that coffee cup in the top right, and we'll change her to a hot prospect. She watched the whole thing, definitely kind of curious about Plexus. Let's say she ghosted us. She told us she watched the video, but we can see on our end she hasn't watched it. We're trying to ask questions on it, and now she's just not getting back to us.
I was thinking like catch people in their lies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
girl, I watched it. Be like, screenshot.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
This is one of my favorites because you can change them to a parked car. And I just love that because you get to call this person a parked car. It's like, all right, you're not talking to me. Well, you're not going there anywhere. You're stuck in this parking lot, you know? It's kind of just, I feel like, our fun win whenever we get ghosted in that situation. But we also have this alarm clock in the middle, that gray bar, and you can set a follow-up reminder. So right now, I would honestly probably be setting follow-ups for mid-January to early January, just because that's when everyone has those new health, new finances on their mind. Maybe some people are wanting to hold on to their money for the holidays, but they're more willing, you know, when next year rolls around, whatever it may be. I feel like that's a great way to set yourselves up for an awesome follow-up opportunity. A real quick tip on how you can use the Facebook search bar. It's really cool. You can type in any keywords and it will pull up if any of your friends have ever made a post with those keywords. So January 15th rolls around, type in New Year's resolution. We can see that one of our friends is like, you know what? I want to be down 20 pounds. I'm going to try going keto. This is my New Year's resolution. If they're anything like me, I love Mexican food. I love Italian food. So keto is not going to work for me, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to lose 20 pounds. You know, so you can reach out to that person, just say, hey, I saw that it was your goal to be down 20 pounds. How's that going so far? And if they're like, you know what, I gave up 2 days into it, you can talk to them about how Plexus could be a little bit different. And I feel like that's just an awesome way to almost go fishing on social media. You're just kind of throwing, all right, let's see who's talking about New Year's resolutions or weight loss or crow's feet, whatever it may be. And then just follow up, ask how it's going, talk to them about Plexus. All right. So we saw that she watched the majority of the video. Let's send her a sample. Now, to send the sample, we want to click on that little slim stick and bottle of ProBio in the bottom left. Right here, you can see the tracking down below of any samples that you've sent out. Super easy peasy to find them. You can purchase more credits if you're out, and you can also offer and send a sample. Another thing I love is you can add credits to your subscription order. And I think that's just a great way to challenge ourselves to be sending them out on a frequent basis. You know, if we're wanting to get in the habit of this, but we just haven't given ourselves that push, throw them on your subscription order. I mean, if they're going to be coming in and we're spending money on them, we're going to be sending them out. So I think that's a great way to challenge ourselves. Let's click on the offer/send sample. Now, the difference between these two, send a sample, this is probably when you know this person on a more personal basis or you have this person's contact information. If someone doesn't want to use the computer or, you know, they're just not tech savvy and they're just, hey, let me give you everything and just make sure I get my product. Send a sample is when you fill out their information. Offer a sample is when we send them a video. They watch it and say, yes, I want to try Plexus. I prefer the offer a sample route just because there is such a difference in, I guess, commitment when that person says, yes, I want to try that. Yes, I'm going to do that. Other than, hey, I'm going to send this over. I know you're going to love it. When that person makes that mental commitment to themselves, they're so much more likely to go through with it. So that's why I love the offer a sample route. All right, Rachel, which one of these is your favorite? Microbiome, active, hunger control?
For sure active.
Awesome. So we're going to go with active.
That pumped in my veins.
I know. I'm so excited. I got my bag of active yesterday and I haven't had it for like a month. So I'm super, super excited about that.
No, I'm having to like go other routes. I'm
Yeah.
just, like hot tea, nothing crazy.
Just gotta bridge the gap for the moment. So now that we've already sent Rachel something, she should be in our existing prospects. Now, this was something where I was kind of fumbling around for a while. I would just type the person's name and I was just expecting it to auto-populate that person up top. It doesn't do that, so we have to hit search once we type that in, and then we see Rachel right there. I don't know if I'm the only person that ran into that or not, but I was just adding multiple prospects for such a long time. And if you ever want to leave notes on that person, now it's kind of all jumbled. They're all over the place. So once we send them in, send them that first contact, they should be in as an existing prospect. Now, same thing, once we get to any of these messages, just click all the way through until we get to Messenger. Click on it, paste, send. All right. Now.
Hey, let me look. This is what I like. I opened John's message and the message below, someone said, hey, you're looking good, girl. I'm like, thanks. Okay. It wasn't a man, don't worry. Okay. Hi, Rachel. Got a freebie for you. It's a new product I've fallen in love with. Okay, so it looks the same. Where's my screen? So I'm going to click it.
And this is a real important step. I don't know if they've buttoned it up or not, but Rachel, after you watch that video, to claim the sample, you actually need to scroll down a little bit, and then there will be a claim my free sample option.
Okay, so I'm fast forwarding through the video so I can get to the end.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then if you have to scroll down, will you show us on your screen?
Okay, yeah. So it looks like the video. So when it finished, it popped this back up. So you'll just have them scroll down and it's right there. It says get your free sample.
So I would star that, bold it, capitalize it, whatever you have to do to remember it, just because crazy extreme scenario right here. But let's say we're chatting with someone, we send them the video, they're excited, they want to try the product, but they never scroll down. Something comes up, we have to take care of the kiddo. Now they're waiting on us to send the sample. We're waiting on them to claim it, and then that kind of just falls off.
Are they bumping it up a little so it's all on the same? Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah, they're going to. I think they're working on making it a little bit more streamlined, so after it plays or like right there, it kind of pops up.
Oh, so, like instead of going back, it just pops up like a pop-up. So this is what it looks like now, and it's having me fill in my information.
Awesome.
So let me do that real quick.
Yeah, if you fill it out, you'll get some free active on its way over to you.
Shoot. Okay, I'm putting my real address.
There you go. Does anyone have any questions on anything we've gone over so far?
I do. This might be later, jumping again. So where do we find our prospects? Is it those two people down there that automatically updated in there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's the prospects list, and this is where everyone gets added.
And I have another question. Let's say we've been chatting with someone, like, because all of us that are on here have been talking to people before. Let's say I want to get them in the app so it's all in one place. Is there a place that I can just add a new person, or do I actually have to send them a new video?
So I think when you're going through, because I remember when this initially launched, and I don't know if they've updated or not, but you had to add the prospect in that kind of first step. That was the area where you have to add them, but let's see.
I feel like that's where I got stuck last time, is because I have so many prospects from 6 years. And so I wanted to get everyone in here so I could set alarms for myself and follow up and have people like, John, you're going to die when you see what I do. I don't even want to show you. This is what I have for all my prospects.
Nice.
He's like, where did you even buy that? Amazon, okay. But I wanted to get them all in there because I hate notebooks. I'll have the same person 7 times in my notebook, And so it's like, I feel like I wanted to get everyone in here. So do I just need to go through and send everyone a video and be like, hey, check out this new video?
Right now, I think you may have to. I think you might.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I can do that. Okay, so this is what happened when I did it. The Plexus member has been notified and will contact you shortly. That's what happened on my screen when I filled it out.
Awesome. And over here, we get this pop-up. Top notification is send sample. Click on that. Click on send in the top right.
So if you're not in the app,
click OK.
Sorry, if you're not in the app, will that pop up, or do you have to be in the app for it to, you have to go to alerts?
You should get a pop-up notification for it, or if you have the alerts enabled on your phone, you should get that.
Okay.
But
if not,
I would just keep an eye on it for those few minutes.
I'm like the best question asker because I'm so dumb at technology. Yay.
Hey, it's fine. All right. So we've done the first 2 steps. We piqued interest, sent the sample. Now it's time to follow up. So we're going to go back to the share menu, and you want to find the product that you sent. So let's find active. It's this one right here with the little orange truck. Now there's a few different videos, and what the key is you want to send each one of these videos at a certain time in the correct order. So we're going to go over the time of when we want to send them. This first one right here, we send this right after the person commits and says, yes, I want a sample, send it over. So we click share, and this video is essentially just saying hey, so excited you said yes to trying Plexus. Get excited. Here are some of the awesome benefits you're going to start experiencing in a few days. Just getting them real excited to try the product. Now, we send the second one. This one's my favorite in the whole series, because whenever we get the notification that the package has arrived at their house, you want to send this video. I love the way this is worded because it says, hey, your active sample should have arrived or will tomorrow. So please be on the lookout for it. It's worded like that because we want to let them know that we know Plexus showed up at their house, but we don't want them thinking we're just kind of watching outside of their house, waiting for a package to get there so we can start that conversation back up with them. It's just saying, hey, I know it got there today. If not, it should be getting there sometime tomorrow. So real kind of fun icebreaker to get that conversation started again. Also in this video, it shows how to take the products. I love that. I'm sure some of us have ran into the situation where someone's fine with eating McDonald's 5 times a day, but if we talk to them about anything health related, they have all of the questions in the world. I think having how to take the product, it addresses about 80% of that conversation for us. So we'll still have to talk a little bit about it, but it does a good chunk of it for us. Let me open that question real quick. I don't believe right now it prompts you on what days to send it. So I would probably just jot it down or rewatch this part. And then I'll go over the correct schedule one more time after we go through the full flow. So we sent that second video. And now after they've tried both of their products, they've tried all of the samples, we're just going to jump right in, ask if they're ready to enroll. So we have the special offer message. This one is just saying, hey, thank you so much for trying the products. And we send them a link with a 10% discount code already applied to their first order. I love that. It's kind of just being real bold for us. I know sometimes coming in and asking for the sale or asking for that commitment can be kind of intimidating. So I love having a pre-done message that you can kind of just send out. A little kind of sneak peek for the future as well. It sounds like we're working on adding customizable messages that you can just save. I love that because, I mean, well, Rachel, I know Rachel is awesome at making some of those kind of messages. Just I remember when she first had her baby, she sent a message, and the only reason I knew it was kind of a send out was because it said, hey, girl. I was like, hey, did you just send me this? But outside of it saying, hey, girl, I would have never caught that. So I love that we can kind of just put those messages together, and then we'll have them ready to go.
Now we have.
Oh, I know.
I was like, whatever, John, just read the rest of it. Bye.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, this Now, these last two videos, I love this because we have a video or we have a message to send them if they say yes, and we also have a message to send them if they say no. So 4 is if they say yes, a look inside active. This one's essentially kind of a follow-up to that first message saying, hey, welcome to the family. Thanks for making it official. Here are more awesome benefits you've got coming your way. Now, this one right here, we send this if this person either doesn't get back to us or maybe they say, no, I don't want to do this. Click on share. And I love this because one thing that we hear a lot is that we should always be asking for referrals. But I think that that is one of those things where it's a little bit easier said than done. This kind of just plants seeds for us in that conversation. If we've added someone to a prospect group or a product group, I've seen a lot of teams do intermittent challenge fasting things or challenges these last few months. And so let's say someone doesn't want to take Plexus, but they still want to be in that group. They're still going to watch, and we kind of just let them know that, like, hey, we're not going to kick you out. Feel free to stay in the awesome community that we've got. And then who knows? Let's say Rachel tried the products. She liked it, but she didn't want to sign up, but she links us up with Monica. Monica sounds like she's totally loving it. She's had some awesome results. She's ready to hit the ground running. I can reach back out to Rachel and be like, hey, I know you were liking them, but you just weren't ready to make that commitment. Monica sounds like she's going to hit the ground running and start building a team. This could be such an awesome opportunity to help get you started with Plexus. And now we've taken that no into a possible silver just by sending this message right here. I also love it because those rejection messages, sometimes depending on how we're feeling, we could want to start a fight with someone. We want to disappear for a little bit. Maybe we're going to cry for a little bit. Who knows how we're going to react. So I love having that rejection message just so it kind of contains some of that passion for us. So let's go through that flow one more time of when we're supposed to send these. This first video, after the person says, yes, I want to try my products, we send the first follow-up. After the package has arrived at their house and we got the tracking notification, we send the second message. After they've tried both of their samples, we send them the special offer, which is asking if they're ready to sign up. And then the last two messages, we either send if we get a yes or we get a no. If we get a yes, we send them 4. If we get a no, we send them 5. Now, another really awesome thing. Oh, and that right there is the full flow of piquing someone's interest, sending a sample, following up. Now, sometimes it will probably take a little bit more conversation, or maybe they want more information or videos. I'm just going to click on the share menu so it takes us to the top. If you scroll down, there's additional videos on here. I love these things right here. I think I would maybe post one of these every other week, at least once a month. It's a really cool image that just sits on your Facebook page, and it says, click here to get your free sample. So you just click on share, and it posts that awesome branded image right to your page. If anyone's scrolling and maybe they want to try it, but they don't want to talk to you about it, they can just click on try that sample, and they're going to go through that whole process and get that sample on their way. I love that. That was something that was kind of getting worked out in the start, so it looks like they've really buttoned it up a little bit, but I love it just because it's kind of just posting an image for your shop, essentially. 100%, the stories are where it's at. These right here, some follow-up videos as well. If we want to send some testimonies, if we're talking to any yellow personalities, I feel like testimonies really relate. Or is everyone on here familiar with the color personalities? Actually,
I was about to say yellow is like, I have the best description of it. Someone told me this. I think this was in a book. So there's 4 personalities: red, yellow, green, and blue. So this is the easiest way for me to remember. It's like if you're going out to eat, the yellow one is like, where do you want to eat? Well, I want to eat where you want to eat. But no, I want to make sure that we get the food you want. The blue is like, where's the vibe? Like, who's got like the patio and the drinks? Like, that's the blue. The green is the one that's like picking out the menu, making sure that like all the allergies, everyone's taken care of there, that they know like what's on the menu, how much it is. They're going to try and make the reservations. And then the red is the one that's like, okay, y'all, like this is where we're going. I don't care what y'all want. This is what we're doing, because no one's making a decision. So that's like the best way I've heard to explain is the yellow's like the softie, wants to please others. The green is the one that's all about information. The blue is the one that's like fun and all about the vibes and just wants to have fun. And then the red is like all business. So like, for instance, I am red and blue. That is me. So that's kind of the easiest way I've learned to explain it.
Definitely. No, I love that. I think that's one of the best ways I've heard.
You're welcome.
One thing with that, I would maybe watch these videos down here or have some additional videos that we can pair with each one of those color personality types. One of the questions that I get asked the most is, what videos should I be sending out? My best recommendation is pick a handful, get real confident with them, and then you're able to talk to those videos. I would get really good at sending 5, opposed to getting okay at sending 20. Once you get really good at sending those 5, you can add more into the mix. And let's say we find a video that connects with those yellows, it has a real inspiring story. We want to send that over to them and then ask and follow up. Maybe we send one of the heavy product information ones up here. We have videos focused right on the triplex. That could be great for a green personality who wants more information. Maybe send that over to them. A blue, something fun. I mean, the Plexus events, we haven't had them this year, which is such a bummer, but those are hands down one of the best things about Plexus. So sending them some fun videos of those trips, or those red personalities, maybe having a video, a Diamond Doc, someone who's earned the Lexus, one of those crazy success stories. And then once you send that video, you're kind of speaking their language, ask some questions and ask what stood out to them, and then follow up on those points that were kind of building their curiosity.
Can I interject for a second? I will say probably a safe way to go is to send a story, because most people are yellow. Like, most people are tied with emotion and they connect through stories. So that's like, when in doubt, go that route, and then you can kind of go based off of that. But most people connect through, I think, what is it, like 80% of people are yellows? I made that up, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. That's a good chunk. I believe you. It sounds like 8%.
Obviously not a green, because I make up stats all the time. I'm like, whatever, something like that.
I'm right there with you. Green is my least personalities, but figure it out along the way.
Yeah. We're good.
So also at the bottom of that share menu, we have some really awesome links. This right here is just an ambassador enrollment link with that 10% off already applied on that person's first order. So I think that's an easy way to get our link over to someone with that discount applied. And I feel like anytime we have a tool that we can just send to someone, we look more professional, a little bit more legit, because we have this awesome tool.
Can you send that to me so we can see what that looks like? Or no? Oh no, because that's like Shawanda or something was the name.
Yeah. I don't
play a fake name.
Maybe, yeah. It's this is Ryan Anderson. So my
Oh,
CS, it's his wife's account.
oh,
So
that's
I
a
don't know
real
what would
person.
happen if
My
I did that.
bad.
Yeah,
My
I know.
bad.
We had our own accounts, but mine wasn't linking for some reason. So I was like, I'm just using this one. So I don't know what will happen if I send it to you.
Maybe I can send it to someone. I'm going to send it to one of y'all. That way we can see it before we get off. Because that was a question. We didn't know what it would look like. We're like, what is that going to look like? Like whenever,
Yeah.
like happen.
Actually, you know what? Let's jump in. Let's try it. I'm sure there is one.
I won't sign up. Promise. Y'all won't let me. And then we have another question.
Yeah.
Whenever you're on the videos, have you tried to send them in Spanish, or does it give us that option?
I'm not too sure on that, to be honest with you. I don't know. I haven't been looped in on the Hispanic
Maybe we
market
can
for
give
it.
you a couple like things and then you can ask and get back. So Spanish,
Oh, yeah.
one question, and there was another question I had and I was thinking about it and I should have wrote it down. Let me look, maybe I did.
And actually, while we're talking about some of that, a real cool thing, right now, the app has about a 30% conversion rate of people going through, doing all of the steps, saying yes to signing up.
It's really cool.
The company that we developed the app with, they've developed something similar for other companies, and that conversion rate is up around 60%. So we're doing whatever we can to get our numbers up to there. So about 2 out of 3 people who watch the videos, do all the things, want to say yes.
That's awesome.
I'm super excited, especially since they have a history of doing that with a few other companies already. I'm just excited for the future with that.
I was on a call the other day. I've told several people this, but this is what really hit me. Like I'm a numbers person, so this like clicked in my brain that about like a third of people that sign up brand new with Plexus are downloading the app. So I think that's crazy. I'm like a third of people are downloading an app brand new. So if we like need to utilize this, because if people are downloading it, they're already curious. So we need to kind of pique their interest. This is what it looks like. Okay, so that's cool. It just sends me to the sign up page whenever I click the link to sign up.
Nice.
Like it has me fill out my information and then it has already like the ambassador ID. That's cool because then you don't have to memorize your ID or anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. And also then you don't have to like ask for their information and get them signed up and do all that. They can just do it themselves.
I know, it's so much easier than, I don't know, it used to be back in the day.
Oh my God, girl, this is blowing my mind. I should have done this before.
And then last thing at the bottom of that share menu, we have the same option, but we have the customer route opposed to the ambassador route. So you can either send them a link to hunger control, microbiome, or just the generic customer purchase link. I love this because when they place their first order, they save that 10%. Whether they get one product as a customer or 20 products as a customer, they're going to save 10% on that initial order. So completely love that. Last little feature on here, and then we can open it up for any more questions, but you can actually add events in the calendar if you have any team events, and then you can send invites out to people. So this is super, super cool. I'm still kind of new with playing around with this one. So we're going to click add event. Let's just do power hour, description, IPAs, category, little conference call. And you can fill out the other information, but then we're going to hit. Oh, let's do webcast. And so now we can send invitations right to our prospects. We're going to click no, but let's open up that power hour. This will have all the information. And then if you have a like team flyer or anything like that, I'm sure you should be able to add it in here, maybe back in that setup step. But if not, we'll just send the invite over to someone and then just say, hey, this is the flyer for it. Can't wait to see you there. So I love having this because that's just such an easy way to invite all of our prospects to the next 3-day challenge.
So we can see what it looks like. What the freaking heck? Did y'all see that? It says new prospect. So if you're inviting new people, like we had an event last night, I invited like 20 new people. I could put them all in here. Is this a joke? Why did I never know this before?
Well, it was actually funny. I was doing a training
Mind blown.
and someone's like, over the calendar.
Uh-oh. Come back. We need all the tips.
Like, I don't know how to use it. And so someone trained.
Okay.
Uh-oh, am I freezing? Am I frozen right now?
No, it might have been me. Okay. I'm clicking your back. Okay, so it says like this, event invitation. Then it says I will attend, remind me, or I will attend, don't remind me. Obviously, okay, you're now attending to receive reminder alerts.
And this right here.
So can you see, like, does it categorize that where you can click somewhere to see who all is attending the event?
So let's see, we see that you accepted it. Let's go back to our calendar, click on Power Hour. See, we sent one invitation and we've got one attendee.
Oh my gosh. That's really cool.
We can see who the attendees are. So we can go back and add information in here. So under description, that's probably where you want to put all of the Zoom info and all of that good stuff.
Yeah,
that's so really it looks cool. Like you can see how many people are going, but I don't know if we can open that up and see outside of going to the prospect profile.
They'll work on that.
Yeah. Yeah. For ground level right now, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so. That's awesome. That's really cool. Okay, so I remembered what I was going to say earlier. When he said, when someone says no on the active, when they're like no, and you ask to add them into a page, that would be our happy hour page. So for our team specifically, you would add them to the happy hour page that we have all the stories and stuff in. So I just wanted to make that little.
Awesome. All righty. Does anyone have any more questions or anything else we can jump into for a moment? Rachel. Is anyone else?
This is a good question, okay? People are going to have this question. Okay, can you tell I was a teacher? I'm like, give me all the freaking details I need them. So how would we, when we get brand new people joined as an ambassador, even if they don't want it for the business, how do we get them, because they get 3 free samples? What's a good way for us to prompt them like, hey, you have 3 free samples. Like, how do we get them sharing? How would you suggest that?
Honestly, I would get in the habit of bringing up Fast Start with each of our new enrollments. And that's something just because the program used to be so confusing back in the day. And I've talked to Diamond ambassadors who maybe had 1 or 2 people go for Fast Start in their entire time that it took them to go for Diamond, because that thing was so complex before. So I think just showing them the potential of what we could do and just being, hey, you know, you have those 3 sample credits once you download the app, and it's almost like just dipping a toe in the water. So why not just try it out? I mean, there's so many times when we're going to the bathroom or something and we'll just open up our phone and just be on here for a few minutes, just refreshing the same website we've looked at, or opening up a game app to play through that or anything. So instead of just doing that, let's replace that time to send 3 samples out real quick, or you can help them out. And then also with the Fast Start tracker, I would recommend doing bi-weekly check-ins with it, because we can see how long people are eligible to earn the Fast Start. So let's say Rachel joins us. She's still kind of hesitant at the start, so she doesn't want to share with any friends, but she already starts feeling amazing in those first 2 weeks. Why not reach back out and just be like, hey, Rachel, I know you didn't really want to share with anyone right at the start, but I mean, you can already tell that you've got more energy, and I can just tell your smile is radiating, you know, find something to compliment them about. And then say, you've got around 2 weeks left to earn X amount of money just by sharing with 3 friends. We've got the app, the 3-day challenge, and, you know, we have so many different opportunities now that could help this person get started. I also like that because this is going to get our teams into a more business-focused team. If we never talk about Fast Start, our team members are never going to talk about it. But if we are always doing it and we're always doing those check-ins, our team members are going to do those same steps, and we're going to find so many more silvers that way. So I know that was kind of a plug on Fast Start, but that would be one of my kind of best things to work on, I guess, to just overall with the process.
Good type. So good tip. So just share with them, like, I'll give y'all an example, and I'm not saying like I'm amazing, because I'm not. Duplication has always been not great for me. I can sign people, but then it's like, I just do all the work, you know, and then I'm like, all right, y'all just start. Like, I believe everyone's a self-starter, and that's definitely not true. So, but that's just because how I am. So this has been a struggle for me. So what I've been doing is I've signed like 2 people this week, and I've messaged them, and I'm like, hey, you have 3 free samples. Think of some people and let's get them the samples so they don't just go to waste. So I don't really like make it hey, let's get you earning money. I make it like, hey, you have these. Do you have like a mom, sister, friend? Let's go ahead and get these out before they expire. And both of them said, let me think on it. So I actually have that on my to-do list today, is to say like, hey, did you think of someone? Let's use these before they expire. And that was a question I was going to ask. How long did the new people have before those 3 credits go away?
I think it may be with.
I made it up. I said a week.
Month.
I was like, you have a week.
Well, yeah, anything. I mean, honestly, if you can put it on a week, be like, hey, then I got an extension for you. You know, like. But I think they're good for the first month. Yeah, I think they're good for the first month, but I have to 100% verify.
Okay, I'll put that on my notes to verify, and I can let everyone know.
Sounds good.
I don't know. Can y'all hear me? Sorry, I don't know how to raise my hand. But I was going to say, I've been on since at least September, I think I joined, and I still have 3 credits remaining. I haven't finished it. So they're at least that long.
Wow.
Not a month.
Thanks for sharing that. Guess it's not 7 days. Guess I was a liar. Thanks for
But
sharing.
I like that to say before they expire because it gets them going.
Yeah, but
it adds that little pressure.
You're going to be here inevitably whenever you want to. Yeah.
Especially as people, like if we know we're either the last one that can buy something, or we're only like $2 away from getting this, or like this is going to run out, so we don't want to miss out on it. Like just us as people hate missing out on that stuff, you know? So I think having that little pressure just before they expire, it's an awesome way to put it.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you, because I wasn't sure about that. Y'all can unmute yourselves if you have any questions. That's the last question I had, I promise. So y'all can unmute yourselves or type in the chat. Utilize him while he's here. Don't be afraid to ask him, because he is very knowledgeable on this. And if y'all wait and then ask me, I'm not going to know the answers. I'm just going to be honest with you. So ask him now, because I don't know. I'm new to this like y'all are. Let me look at my app real quick and see if I can play around and see if there's anything that I have questions on.
Awesome. And then while you're doing that, just want to repeat in case anyone wasn't here at the start, but if you want to get confident in sending this out, I would just recommend grabbing one of the team members, hopping on Zoom with each other, and just practice sending the messages back and forth. You don't have to claim each other's samples, so you're not going through all of our sample credits. You can just send the messages, and we don't have to claim them. So I would recommend just grabbing some friends, try it out a few times, and that's how we'll get real confident if you want to kind of just test the waters before taking it out to our friends list.
Three samples of each, or three samples total, Norma? She said is it 3 samples each or 3 samples total? 3 samples, so they can choose either Slim or HC. So it's 3 sample credits, and there's 2 samples in each credit. So it's 6 sticks, but you can only send it to 3 people. So yeah, it's like, look, I sent 2 samples and they're just sitting there. I didn't know what to do. So they're just there. But I just looked, if you see up here, when you go to your prospects, you can go to filter, and it's cool because you can filter it by like your hot, warm part, success, which success I'm assuming means they made a purchase. So that's really cool that you can filter it like that. I feel like I'm going to go in here now and send samples, because how do you see if you have samples?
You go back to that little Slim Stick and ProBio, and
I have 5 samples. What the heck? Y'all look at your app. Do y'all have samples? I'm going to make a challenge for this week if you have samples.
Honestly, I think I'm just going to throw you on the spot with this, but I think a fun kind of team incentive to do would be for every sample that we send out, like gets a raffle ticket into a cool drawing or something. Okay. That's a fun way to do some stuff with.
Don't want to do that? Game on. Game on.
Get a thumbs up.
I have 3, but I've used 2 of them. I think putting it in I have 4. Oh my gosh, look at all of us. 4, I have 6. Boom. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
I mean, it's 30% conversion rating, so it looks like we've got a few enrollments right around the corner for us.
Perfect. I'm going to do, okay, so everyone on here knows I'm going to do a challenge that ends. We want to do it before the 15th, because you want to get 2 ambassadors so you can be a product tester. Lee has 0 time to buy some. That's okay, Lee. That just means you're using them. Good for you.
Yeah, the product, for anyone who doesn't know the incentive, I'm not going to say what the product is, but the incentive going on this month, if you get the 2 level 1 enrollments with welcome packs, you're going to get a full size amount of a new product that hasn't been released yet. It's not going to be a sample size. It's the full product amount. And it's something that has been requested quite a few times. It's one of the more heavy hitter requests. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Is it?
I have 4, Rachel. I mean, I have 3.
You have
Awesome.
3?
I didn't tap it, but I have 3.
That's awesome. Everyone has so many. Okay, I'm doing a challenge, so y'all keep a lookout. I'm gonna do a little pop-up challenge where we're gonna send all these away because I had no idea. I feel so smart now. Thanks,
Well,
John.
I'm getting on here late. And I see you're recording it. Are you going to share that?
I will.
Okay, awesome.
I will share it. I will share it with you. Okay, this is cool. So what would you say, John, is the best route then? Obviously, sending new people. Do you think the best route then is for us to work through our prospects list that we have to get current? I mean, obviously, we want to reach out to new people, but all these people that I have here in my sticky notes, go through and just like resend them. And even if I'm like, hey, we have a really cool new video I want to share with you. We also got an app, I want to test it out. Boom. And just like send it. That way everyone's in our prospect list. I got to get rid of this. Like my dad even was like, why do you have that? I'm like, look, I'm trying here. Okay.
I still do old school bound notebook, and I was on a Zoom with one of my team members, Ryan Flat, last week, and he actually had all of his notes on little sticky notes. He was looking through, he's like, yeah, I'm trying to find this, and he was pulling stuff. I was like, do you have all of your notes on sticky notes right now? So I feel like that's at least a step up from that.
Yeah. Like, yeah, judge me. I got promoted. Okay.
Yep.
Work. Okay, Lisa, have your other peeps had success with just sharing openly? Like I have 3 samples I can send out, 3 samples I can send out who wants one in your poster stories.
Yeah. You know, it's definitely going to be different every single time. It's not going to be the 100%. Like we just have to send those 3 and then easy peasy. Sometimes we'll take more conversating back and forth. Sometimes people are a little bit more ready to jump in. Sometimes maybe we have to invite them to an event. But I think those are like the core steps. And then we can plug and play a few conversations, stories, invites to events in between those.
So do you think a good route would be, what would you do or what advice would you give us in this scenario? We have an event on Thursday that's like basically we highlight the $20 sample boxes in order to get people to get started on the 3 days. But instead of them purchasing a 3-day, I mean, we could just do the sample instead and be like, hey, you're just getting the sample and maybe just, bypass the whole having them try a 20-day box thing. What would your route be if we're going to message people today for Thursday? Does that make sense what we're doing?
Yeah. So if they're going,
not just going in Messenger, like utilizing the app.
With that, I would probably just start with the send a sample route. If we've already been talking to this person, they want to join in one of those events, and that send a sample would be the best place to start with that if we already have that conversation going.
Okay. And then Donna said, how long is shipping taking for samples?
I haven't heard anything crazy at the moment, so I would think maybe probably 2 or 3 days. I think it might be 3. So if it's the event for Thursday, that could be kind of hit or miss. So maybe if we had an event for early next week, that'd be a good way to kind of help set us up and make sure that everyone had the products at that time.
Right. That is, yeah, I feel like samples, the 2 I've sent, they got them really fast. I feel like faster than my orders.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like pushing those out really fast. Like it's a top priority is how I feel. Yeah.
And we've been working from home since March, so I haven't really been looped in on that end of things in a little while. So I'm not too sure on it.
Look at that baby.
I know.
Does anyone else have any more questions? This has been really informative. Just so y'all know, John loves Buc-ee's beaver nuggets.
Oh yeah, we don't have them out here. I only get them whenever Jill or Rachel send them. Pamela, love that question. Whenever you purchase the sample credits, it's a sample credit that you can apply to whatever products. So you don't have to front say, I want to buy a few Slim, I want to buy some Active, I want some of the kids line. You just buy the sample credit and you can apply that to whatever product you want to send out to whoever you're talking to.
Thanks, John.
Of course.
How soon does it show up in your app once you buy them?
Everything should be uploaded instantly. Whenever they complete those steps, we should get those pop-up notifications. Or do you mean when you buy the sample credits?
Like when you buy the sample credits, how long does it take? Ashton, didn't you have a problem with this? Like you bought sample credits and they didn't load forever? Whatever happened with that?
It was an issue. I had to call and talk to customer service, and they just had to like reship them.
Oh.
And then it took, I don't know, because it took over a day. It wasn't supposed to.
Isn't it typically like 10 minutes? What did they tell you?
They didn't tell me. She just said they didn't say how long it was supposed to take. They were just like, well, you should have gotten them by now. And then I was like, well, I didn't. And so then they said that they'd reship it, and then it took like a couple hours after they reshipped. But I don't know if that's just because they were having an issue with it.
Yeah, and I know when like in the first few months with the app, there was a few things that were kind of wonky with it. So I don't know if it was back at that time or not, but I know they had a few issues that they've kind of smoothed out. But if something like that does happen, I would say probably, I mean, within 10 minutes they should be there. But if something happens, customer service has access to give you the codes, and they can see that you purchased them. So if anything, I would just say send something in live chat, and they should be able to get it taken care of.
And y'all don't feel bad for doing that, because they appreciate when we do that, because it tells them, like John said, like this is a new thing. It's ground floor, so they are working on it still. So it shows them like, oh, we need to work on this. So don't feel bad for sending in or do anything like that. I always tell people too, like if you feel like there's a lot of mistakes on the website, that's good, because that means you're actively working the business, so you're catching stuff. The majority of people never even recognize there's issues. When you're in it all the time, that's when you're like, oh, this is happening. Let me kind of tweak, let me send a message in, because so that's kind of like positive Polly way of looking at it is, that's good. That means you're diving into your back office and you're noticing stuff. So feel free to give them, your feedback on it.
Yeah, and
John.
thing then. Yeah, you go. Oh, I have a call in 2 minutes. So whatever you're saying is more important than whatever I was going to say.
I just want to say I'm the one that won that convention ticket.
Oh,
So
heck yeah.
Thank you so much for your help. They sent me the email. I got it. It's all good. So thank you so much.
That's awesome. That's so exciting. I can't wait to go to the new casino out there. Like, it just looks amazing. I remember when I was watching the announcement, I was like, where the heck is this place? And I was like, oh, New Vegas. So that's awesome. Can't wait to, hopefully all this stuff is smoothed out by then, so everything's back to normal.
It's not, we're going anyway.
Yeah, I know. If not, we'll be in Vegas, no doubt.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much.
All right, John. Well, thank you. You want to close this out, John? We really appreciate you. Thanks for taking time, even with lack of sleep, to get on here. I'll send some beaver nuggets coming your way.
Awesome. Can't wait. Alrighty, y'all. Have an awesome rest of the day, and I'll see y'all soon.
Thank
you.
Bye.
Okay, let me stop this. Stop recording.